fabricated shit that's left.
Yeah, all the stuff that's left is diabolical.
Yeah, looks like fun.
It's. I mean, it's. I don't want to even try to do it. You know what I mean? It's gonna frustrate.
Gonna piss you off. Got that one, so I was just trying to make him.
I love this fucking Scorpio shotgun, dude. My favorite weapon in the game now.
Yeah, it's badass. Looks like Bitcoin's making some moves right now.
You think there's going to be some sort of correction when Biden takes office?
It's hard to say because if he's going to be like passing the $2,000 stimulus stuff, then I don't think there's going to be much of a change at all. It's once this tax changes, I think, for the rich people, that's when you'll probably see a big correction.
Okay. And that is going to happen because we have the majority of the Senate and Congress.
Most likely that'll happen like 2022. This year, I think, I don't know. There's some talk about kind of like what happened with the home crisis loan stuff back in 2008, that might be happening again, but it'd be more widespread. So, like, not just home stuff, but like car, auto loans, any type of loans or debt. The worst case scenario is like dollars in a crash, and then that's the worst case scenario. Is that, oh god, that we just have so much debt that we're not gonna be able to pay back anything, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, Biden's probably just the right president at the right time for this country because he is a true moderate.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, or what they can and can't get passed, and
right. I mean, the wild card there is you have Joe Manchin, the senator from West Virginia, a Democrat, but he really is not a Democrat. He's leaning more right.
Yeah, so they were saying that there is something that undoes the filibuster, and that then it would only take 51 votes for Senate to pass stuff, and basically that would be all the Democrats plus the vice president. But right, so that would be the majority. I can't remember what the term was though. So like they can. It's like the opposite side can filibuster it and just talk and talk and talk, and they vote on it.
I don't necessarily really understand how that whole filibuster thing works.
It's basically just wasting time. And there's no limit on debate. So what they do is they use the debate to just talk the entire time. And then
I can't
yes, it's fucking stupid politics. No, I think they've always had the option to do it. It's just that they weren't. Both sides weren't as assholes as they are now. So they just
give a political tool.
yeah. I think they really started doing it during Obama's years, really.
That's what I thought. It was Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, yeah. The Republicans
Right.
have always, yeah. Which is, it's funny. It's just like, I mean, they're so hypocritical. It's so insane. It's just like, they do this thing. They're like, they do this really shitty thing, and they're like, okay, but you guys can't do it because that's going to set a
Right,
precedence. It's like, you guys already set the precedence. We're just doing what
Right.
you've always done. And they're like, oh no, it's your fault.
Confirming Merrick Garland as Obama's Supreme Court justice because it was an election year, and this year ramming fucking Amy Comey
Barrett.
coat hanger. I think
Yeah.
they call it Amy coat hanger Barrett.
I don't know what that means, but
Coat hangers are the way abortions were conducted when they were illegal. Yeah,
so what does that have to do with her then?
because she's anti-abortion. She's like Catholic. And they're concerned that she's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. That's the least one of the problems right now, to be honest.
You know, it's like, I think during her confirmation hearing or the preceding trial thing that they basically questioned her is she said that she wouldn't overturn precedent, but then, and again, Republicans don't lie, right? So.
Right. Well, I mean, I do think the Supreme Court. I trust them more than I should.
I think the thing is that yeah, it's like once they get into the position, I think things do change. It's just like, oh, I see.
the law.
This isn't.
Yeah.
This is more important than me, you know, having power. It's just like you have the power, but then now you got to use it wisely, you know.
Like I think the one that Trump appointed, the first one, that Neil Gorsuch. I don't think he's a bad dude. The date rapey one, whatever. But
Yeah, dude. Like if you're crying in front of fucking
yeah,
Senate,
yeah.
you're crying. You're with tears and you're emotional and shit. And it's like maybe not stable enough to be the Supreme Court justice.
I agree. and then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, it was like, oh. What the fuck is that?
Oh, jeez, this guy right here. Fuck. Thank you. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, great. I'm dead. Fuck.
Getcha.
Sweet.
Cover me with shield, I'll get it.
I got him.
Let's get over here behind cover.
I just put the decoy out if you could run it for that. So.
Thank you.
What in the fuck is burning me? I'm shooting my own decoy. Oh,
Damn. Die. So apparently,
I had seen that you know that trailer you sent me. I had seen that like about a couple weeks ago.
yeah, dude, that game looks fucking badass. That's the first
Is-
time
I
I
mean,
ever saw it. I
that's
was
like-
like, oh
Is
my
that
god.
just
What's,
basically a tech demo for that game though.
I don't know. I mean, it was all in-game footage, so it's like it's running that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks fucking great.
Yeah, it does.
That
Is that a co-op game or is that a single player game? Do we
I
even
don't know. I would assume it's probably co-op because you get kind of
Yeah,
like
it looked like it might be
2 or 3 characters
Social
with you.
hubs.
So
Yeah.
but I really like the premise. It's just like that it looks more interesting to me than I think Outriders.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably a ways off, though. Honestly.
Yeah, I have no idea when that's
I'll
coming
bet
out.
that's a year away.
But
But Outriders looks fun, actually. I saw another video on Endgame and how that works.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool.
no, it does look good. But yeah, that was a Plan 8. I don't think it's an 8.
Yeah.
I think it's an infinity symbol. And
Right.
at the end of the trailer, he's like, "Oh fuck, not again." You know, and then you see the same plane
Right,
go
the
overhead.
infinity.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So there's some sort of time dilation with it as well, which is kind of cool. But yeah, man versus machine, and man is like crafting all their parts and pieces and stuff. Not like, oh, I'm gonna craft this one gun. It's like, no, you're crafting like armor. And, like the gal that jumps out the window has like wings and like the hover jet thing. That was so badass. I was like, that's so awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched that trailer like 3 or 4 times in a row. I was like,
I mean, it running fun.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was like probably we're gonna see that. I'm not sure what it was, what's even for this right consoles.
Definitely. Oh, shit, I don't want to- That shit's kind of fun.
Kill, kill, kill. So I downloaded Half-Life Alyx, so I might be playing that after this tonight.
Oh, I did look up the Gears of War game that studio did, and it was an Xbox 360.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I had never heard of it, so.
I know that they were.
Gears of War Judgment, I think, is what it is, right?
I think they were acquired by, I think, what, Epic Games, I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think Epic is, I think they're the ones that did Gears of War. It's just weird because it's
I
like,
played another fucking side mission in Cyberpunk
Mhm.
that was almost as disturbing as the last one, and that one took 2.5 hours.
Jesus.
When I got to the end of it, I was like, God damn, dude, this is a fucking. It's like the movie Seven. I was like,
Jeez.
How funny! I actually watched that in the last week.
that's a good movie.
Yeah.
It had that kind of feel to it. It's that dark. I was like, Jesus Christ. Is this a game?
Yeah, the future's not a happy one, right?
Not in Night City.
Open the doors, too. Open the door.
Door open.
So what are all these parlor maniacs moving to if they can't? Parlor just went offline, I think, at midnight, didn't it? Or it goes offline at midnight?
Oh, does it? I don't
Amazon
know.
Web Services? Yeah, Amazon Web Services said, bye-bye. We're not going to
Deleted.
anymore.
Deleted.
So they'll probably find some fucking shitty Russian company to do it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, right? That's the only thing they got, right? I don't know if you've it's not free speech, it's fucking
Hate speech, right?
yeah, it's
Unfree hate speech.
might be you guys know what So what's the news like over there across the pond on all this craziness here? Are you all just like, yeah, the Americans lost their fucking shit?
Well, there's a lot of obviously upsetting talk that I'm not being funny, but this is the country we always look up to regarding the West.
Yeah, yeah,
And now,
yeah,
now they've imploded.
yeah. We don't have the high ground on anything anymore.
You guys got through
No,
Brexit,
no,
and then we
that-
just self-destroyed ourselves. So.
Thing that I've seen, which was quite funny, that when obviously shit like this goes on over the world, obviously,
Oh yeah, yeah.
obviously America's the first one to make a
Yep.
comment.
But we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah,
What was
so-
that text I sent you? Or let me read it to Stu real quick. There was a meme on the web, and it says, if the United States saw what the United States was doing in the United States would invade the United States to liberate the United States from the tyranny of the United States.
Yeah, exactly. That
It's
is
just like,
that is spot on with what the impression that everyone else is getting of it. It's like, fucking hell, this is supposed to be the most democratic country of all.
yeah,
Who lectures everyone else about it.
we
Right,
we
right.
spread our democracy with force, right?
Yeah.
But to be fair, this is clearly not a cult. You know, this guy's a cult.
I mean, I mean, I know how it got so bad, but it's like, why can't anybody like enforce it? You know, like, it really seems like we just let Trump just get away with more and more and more
What's-
until it got to this
the-
point.
the-
It's just like,
The Republican
fuck?
Senate could have called him on his shit any time. They just didn't do
Yeah,
it. 'Cause They were like,
just haven't
they were
done
getting, they were getting what they wanted.
Oh.
Getting tax cuts, getting all kinds of other stuff.
They can do that without all the bullshit, right? I mean, that's what Bush did. I mean, every Republican president's always reduced the taxes and done, you know, the bidding, but they didn't have like literally every like major protest demonstration. Somebody got hurt, somebody died. It's just like so many Americans are just now dead because of a bullshit presidency. It's insane. I just can't believe it. I mean, if you look at any other president ever, it's like this president did not help the American people at all.
Wait, not
No,
beyond
he's,
that.
he's
It
divided.
didn't help the
He's
country.
divided
Yeah.
America full stop. Now, although, let's be honest, that divide's always been there, but they've never really gone as far as what they have now.
Well,
you know,
well,
he's
it's
incited
the
it.
whole
He's,
it's the whole politically correct movement. It's like, oh, Trump's
Yeah.
not politically correct, but what that became an excuse for was being racist out in the open. So I'm just not being politically correct. I call it as I see it.
Yeah.
That black guy is a nigger. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
That's not politically correct. That's racism. But
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
kind of blurred that line and made it okay to be that guy. But you know, the only good thing that may come out of it is we know who the fuckers are now.
Yeah.
They're out in the open.
that's true, yeah.
It's
The thing
just
is they can be named and shamed now.
yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Lose their jobs.
Cancel culture is
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
got the phone. You got blast.
I did it. I was dancing, man.
I don't know, I'm just shooting everything. I can't tell what I'm doing. Just spraying, praying.
Do.
You saved my staff.
Oh, God.
Saved, not touched.
He cupped it in his hand.
Over the lines.
This is what happens.
This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. You know what that is, right?
What's that?
Oh, God.
That is, well, it's not people down
Sounds.
It's just screaming, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you find a stranger in the What?
Way to replace the word.
I mean, it sounds
Well, what happened when they found a stranger in the Alps?
that and No Country for Old Men. Have you seen that one, Stu?
Yeah, which
Oh,
one?
that
Is that the assassin one? The nut job?
It's the one, yeah, with Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem, where he makes him flip the coin. Like, what am I calling it for? It's like, everything.
Oh, is that when he's in the shop?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That poor old guy is like,
Yeah.
doesn't know what's going on, but he's fucking starting
Yeah.
to sweat. It's like, this guy's
He is
nuts.
just like, he is fucking nuts. Yeah, that is a good film. I like
That's a good film, man.
that. Yeah.
It's a creepy film.
Fuck me, I actually
It is.
remembered that as well. That's a fucking shock for me.
My favorite scene in that movie is when Josh Brolin actually finds a bag of money. You know, he finds the dead Mexican guy, you know, and he looks in there and he sees a big bag of money. He just looks kind of to the side. He goes, okay. It's like, really fucking cool. All right, this is what I got. Anton Chigurh, that was the bad guy's name.
Wasn't he a baddie? Remember the Bond?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, to be fair, so that's probably I've seen him in. Has he done any other?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of, I think he's from Spain. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. They did a banner on Fox.
Cut out.
Don't know what.
Or I don't hear him anymore. He's not moving. Might have Trump's like, nope.
Yeah. It's freedom of speech. all internet gone. So we can't playing.
Yeah, right.
There he is.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the controller went out. No, it was a Fox News banner, and they were talking about Hispanics, but it was like Trump won't let Mexicans come from Venezuela. It's like, yeah, Mexicans aren't from Venezuela. They're Venezuelans. But they just refer to all Hispanics as Mexicans.
Anybody south of the border is Mexican.
Right, Mexican.
Yeah.
You know those people from Chile? Yeah. Mexicans. It's like,
Fucking so stupid. And like somebody thought that up and typed it out. That's like an IQ. That's like an IQ 6 dude right there. Thought that was good, and nobody caught it or flagged it. Like, yeah, all right. That's right. Trump won't let any Mexicans come in from Venezuela. Fucking, that's sound logic.
right? Yeah, I think they were talking about like the Mexican caravans, right? And it's like,
Yeah, it was.
but they're not
I couldn't remember couldn't
from
remember the
Mexico,
context of it.
right? Like they're from Ecuador and El Salvador
Yeah.
and like different countries that are being persecuted, right? So
Right.
Mexicans.
It's okay for them to make tacos, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's fine.
They can be my cooks in my Trump Tower, right?
Taco salad. I don't like sour cream on that, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I think a prerequisite for being the president of the United States is you're not an asshole,
I think
and you've never had a bankruptcy, and
yeah.
can't be racist, and I think the reason why most politicians are lawyers is so they understand the fucking law.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah. Well, you don't see it as much in the Senate because the Senate, like most of them, even though there's a lot of douchebags in the Senate, most of them are bright, or at least I won't say bright, but intelligent.
yeah.
Congress is a whole different animal. You got some dumb motherfuckers that are holding office, like that Louis Gohmert.
Oh, you mean the House?
The House,
Like,
yeah.
all the
Yeah,
Republicans in the
Louis
House are just
Gohmert,
like,
the guy that claimed that he got COVID from his mask. It's like, wait, what?
oh
What?
my god, yeah. I can't breathe. It's giving me COVID.
Come on then, Axel. Open the...
Oh, I forgot I got the key.
Ooh, green.
Ooh. Kitty milk. I actually wonder how Titty Milk's doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him for ages, to be fair.
System breach initiated.
name is Billy Big Balls.
Billy Big Balls.
I have come to kill you.
King Cahoons.
Oh,
I was reading a Defiance forum the other day, and
Defiance.
you know your
Jesus.
the show. You know the episode where they Daytak cut off his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
That car had come to kill you. That's like the consensus favorite show episode of all of them.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was cool. Tovez and I worked on that shit. That was awesome. It was cool.
awesome.
We actually got to talk to the actor over when
Did you?
at the memorial. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we were chatting with him and the one hot gal, whatever her name was.
Oh, Jamie Murray, or
No,
oh,
the young no not Melissa. It was the cop gal.
Oh,
She's the one that's actually on Expanse.
Which one's that?
She's the reporter on Expanse, and she was the cop, like one of the fellow cops on Defiance.
I can't think of her name right
She's,
now.
I believe, I think she's Canadian actress,
Yeah, she's Canadian.
and yeah, she's hot.
Don't know if it's got that far. I think I've watched the first 5 of that Expanse.
Yeah, she's not in until like season 3. She didn't even get in until
Yeah.
like season 3. Do you like the show so far, or not?
Yeah, no, I did.
Just one thing I'll say is it gets better. It feels the first couple of seasons to me felt a little bit cheesy, and then it kind of transitions. And when Amazon got it, they're dropping f-bombs everywhere. It's not as sci-fi channel-ish.
I think it was like the first couple of episodes. You couldn't really step out from it because it's trying to piece
Yeah.
everything together.
Yeah,
What's going on.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
It literally is like Game of Thrones, but in space.
Yeah.
There's so much political intrigue, and there's so many characters and so many relationships.
so
and
many
like-
different places too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
That's great.
there's actually some in the latter seasons. There's some pretty distinguished actors that show up on that show that I was surprised.
Yeah, no, I think what's great about that show is that you have this really great environment and you have so much character development that
Yep.
you actually give a shit about the characters, and you're like,
Yep.
I want to know what happens to all these characters. It's just like, yeah, it's really good.
It looks like they're not going to come until we start.
Right, you get that one, I'll get the far one.
Yeah.
And it does space travel really well as far as the physics, not as far as the sound.
Yeah.
Do it.
But the vectoring thrust and stuff.
Just complaining about the show on a TV show. The sound.
Well, I mean, 2001 and
Actually,
no,
didn't
I'm not going to
I think
complain about it.
Battlestar Galactica did it right too, because you'd only hear
yeah,
what was the
you know what?
interior
You're
of the
right.
ship,
Actually,
right?
Actually, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You heard the vibrations, and when they fired the weapons, it was like
Yeah.
the rumble. That was the vibration of the ship. Yeah, you're right.
So that was pretty cool. And they did
Now,
the
I think-
vectoring
did you
correctly
hear the
too.
Thrusters, though? Did you hear the shh?
Yeah, I think so.
The thrusters? I don't think you hear that unless you're in the cockpit.
I think that was I think I said this before. Is that I think that's
Yeah.
how, like, whenever you're watching somebody in a ship, you're basically hearing their point of sound
Right.
from the ship. But yeah, Star Wars is like kind of like the old World War II fighter type style.
It is. I mean, I still love it. Like,
Oh yeah,
I told you, I finally talked my sister and watching The Mandalorian, and she was like, "Why didn't you tell me to watch this before?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. Like, it's fucking great. It's fucking great."
Welcome to the future.
It is great, to be fair. I really
And then she
enjoyed
asked
that.
me again. She was like, "Well, what should I watch next?" I was like, "Expanse," because she's a big Game of Thrones fan. So I'm like, she'll dig right into that.
Did you happen to watch that video I sent you today? Star Wars Theory.
Which one?
It's the one. I emailed it to you. It's about Dave Filoni and his explanation
Oh,
and
no,
his
you know what,
discussing
I
the
saw
prequels.
it, but I saw that I didn't watch it yet. You know what? I think I might have watched some of that, where he kind of validated the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's kind of trying to like one.
Right. But he has the major insights though, because he worked directly with Lucas, so
Right.
he understands more of what he was trying to do than anybody really does.
This guy decided to so can you recap that? Because I don't really remember.
That's why I sent you the link. I guess I can't. I got it.
Oh, you were that
Me running down it. Ah! Oh, where'd that come from? Oh, the door opened behind me. Damn. Oh, I'll just have to say that one of the really good points that he brought up is that it's all about the Star Wars movies haven't been about spaceships, haven't been about the tech or the world. It's always been about family, and
Yeah, okay.
that's kind of what I was alluding to when we were having our later discussion about it.
Ray.
Right. It's just like it's not about the
There's no
Palpatines.
family.
Yeah, it's about the Skywalkers, you know. And Star Wars Theory then goes into, because he's like the streamer and he's got this huge following of millions of people. So it's really good. It's a really good watch. You should definitely watch it.
Yep. Have you watched any of the making of The Mandalorian on Disney Channel?
The first
Filoni's in a lot of that.
after the first season, I think I saw those ones. I haven't seen anything after the second season. Yeah. I think
Let's do one more floor and then call it. We'll finish this tomorrow night.
Roger that. Yeah, what time is it?
10-2. But I mean, yeah, Filoni and Favreau should just take the reins.
Yep.
And I think Filoni should be the go-to person. So if anything's gonna be made, he has to approve it. So he technically should
I
probably
agree.
become the head of Lucasfilm, I think. And
It's probably gonna happen.
I would hope so. And then he can just be like yes or no, and he basically will continue this.
I think it's
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like while George Lucas may not be the best director in the world, they can definitely find the best directors in the world and then let them do the story
well,
instead of like having them.
That's an interesting thing you say because Ridley Scott talking about Star Wars. You remember he said, I don't understand why they're having first and second hand directors make Star Wars. They should be giving the best directors in the world.
Right.
I think the best
Oh, maybe. That'd be awesome. Can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine Ridley Scott doing a Star Wars movie? Oh my god.
Put his hand up.
If you give him the outline of like this character, that character, be
Yeah.
here, be
Yeah.
there, and let him just fill in the rest, holy shit, that would be pretty fucking awesome. But
But he's definitely not wrong about that.
I just want to see lightsaber dueling time, just like episode 1, you know?
Basically, Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, they did it with the Western, so.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, how excited did you get when you saw Ahsoka Tano and then
Exactly.
I had tears in my eyes.
But that's what I mean. That
I want it.
the whole fucking 2 seasons, that is just what everyone was waiting for.
Yeah.
To see
And when it
some of
happened,
that
we were
badass.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the Ahsoka episode, what I loved about it is they're into it in the first fucking minute. You know what I mean? Or the first 2 minutes. It's like, oh, you know, these guys are running, and then all of a sudden you just see the flash of the lightsabers.
Yeah.
And she comes into screen. I was like, okay, that's badass.
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting comfy because I'm moving
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, Zero.
Woohoo!
All yellow. Ooh. Shit.
Okay, shit.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
All right. Up and back to Whitey.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, The Expanse, if you just kind of check out an episode, or if you're fucking with your phone while you're watching it, when you get to the next one, you'll be like, what's going on? I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. Who's that? Why are they doing that?
I think because the missus was watching it with me, but I think she decided to have a power nap.
Oh, and then
And then
she's
when
she
totally
wakes up
gone.
and then she's
Yeah.
like, what's going
And
on?
then
What?
she's like,
What
"Oh, I
happened?"
don't really understand this. Do you understand it? What's going on?
I said,
And I was
well,
like, "Oh,
you were asleep."
Yeah, I was like, I can't fucking explain it. I said, it's tough.
Just tell her to watch it on her own time.
Yeah,
So-
there's too
so
much to
according to-
fucking explain.
According to the number of books in The Expanse, that basically could technically come through like 12 seasons. There's a lot of material.
Cool. Well, I think Amazon did the right thing in buying it, so.
Absolutely. Because Bezos is a big fan of it. That's why he bought it.
That's awesome. Let's just have the people who are truly invested
Who
and
bought
true
it?
fans.
Sorry?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Bought it?
So the
Amazon,
first
yeah,
3
yeah.
seasons were on an American channel called the Sci-Fi Channel, and then they canceled it, and then Amazon bought it
Safe area
and
detected.
continued it. That's why after the 3rd season, you do see the production value go up. Although I do think they use the same visual effects facilities, and then all of a sudden the language changes. It's like fuck this, fuck that. It's like all right, they didn't
Yeah.
usually do that on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Right. They have FCC rulings that they need to abide by.
Which I mean, in Britain, right, language isn't a big deal. It's right. You can say
No.
whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And you can show tits and ass, but you can't show people having their heads blown off, basically.
Yeah.
Which is like the exact
just-
opposite of the United States.
Right, exactly. We're exactly the opposite.
No boobs. Just, you can only show people's heads blowing off.
Yeah.
In the Assassin's Creed, like when I started playing Valhalla, I was like, that combat is the most brutal of the Assassin's Creed series, right?
Yeah.
Hero.
I don't know. Haven't played it yet.
Yeah, but you've seen fucking 2 hammers smashing a guy's skull together and him
Yeah.
being headless and stuff.
I really want to play it.
An agent has left your group.
Yeah. No, it's a great.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to buying it when it has all the DLC.
Yeah, it's
Well,
worth it.
so I had a look. I think
you
they
finish
said
it?
the first. I haven't. I'm still got a little bit left in Jotunheim. Not a
What are
lot.
you trying to find those 2 last guys?